Hi everybody, welcome to Khong Driving, and today we are having a quick look at the Kia Seltos. Now in the world of SUVs, this makes a very welcome addition and it really gives us buyers more choices. Now in terms of size, this SUV is in the B segment, so which makes this a compact SUV, and therefore this SUV will be fighting with some of the new ones that are coming very soon, and it might boil down to price and features. But we will have another choice. Now in terms of length, this is 4315 mm long. It's 1.8 meters wide, which makes it very wide, and the height is 1.645 mm, and I think that would include the rails. It will be up to the rails, so you can see I'm slightly below 1.6 meters. And the most important thing that determines the space inside the car would be the wheelbase, which is the center to center distance of the front and rear wheels, and in this case it is 2610 mm, which is a very decent size. It's don't forget, it's about the B segment car size. In fact, the wheelbase is actually longer than a Vios or a Persona. So 2.6 is like Honda City, which is 2600. This is 2610, so it's a bit longer. So you can say this is a compact size SUV, but it will have quite a bit of space on the inside. Now, the one thing I like about this is, of course, the weight is only 1250 kilos. And that means it has a promise of reasonable fuel economy. Of course, drive, unfortunately, or maybe you can say fortunately, is only to the front wheels. It doesn't have an all-wheel drive system. But, well, who cares? It's good enough to drive on the road, looks very stylish, and so let's take a closer look at the Seltos. Okay, let's take a closer look at the Seltos. Now from the front, just to let you know, there are actually two versions available. This is the GT line, which is the higher spec version, and it gets all the goodies, all the very nice stuff. So it stands to reason that if you can afford it, of course you'll go for the GT line. But if you want something that's really basic, mechanically remaining the same generally, the EX is will be a lot lower priced, I think. Okay, so here's the GT line, and let's look at the front. Of course, at the front you will see the differences. So the Kia Seltos GT line, same as in the EX, is powered by a 1.6 liter double overhead cam multi-point injection engine, and it has 123 PS at 6,300 RPM. Torque is decent at 150.7 Newton meters at 4,850 RPM. So this means this is quite a happy rever, and because the engine is double overhead cam with variable valve timing. Now, so taking a quick look at the front, you see McPherson struts inside and 17-inch wheels with 215 60 series R17 tires. You also see ventilated disc brakes and nicely painted single pot red caliper. Looks quite big and decent, so it should be able to stop this car pretty well. And of course you will see the regular grey or dark grey cladding that denotes this is a SUV, and it goes around all the way through the bottom to the back fenders and through to the rear bumper. And at the rear, tires are the same size, and of course the rims on the GT line are supposedly better looking than those in the EX, but they're just rims, but this one looks pretty good. And at the back you get a solid caliper, a smaller size. According to the brochure, the front are 16-inch, the back are 14-inch. That would be the size of the rotors. And at the back, the suspension is what Kia calls the couple torsion beam, and that is what you also see in the B and C segment Kia cars. So I would venture to say that some of these parts are taken from those cars, yeah, for commonality. And at the back it looks quite decent. It looks like what a SUV should look like, and I actually must say that Kia actually have very good designs in terms of SUVs. So the rear lights and signal lights are LED, so that's pretty good. And this is, now we walk on this side, and you can see there is a bit of a quarter window for the passengers to look out a bit through the back, and the doors are quite big, and I think this car looks pretty decent. I would give it maybe out of a score of 10 on looks, I would score this car at least an 8.5 or a 9. So it's actually quite decent. Alright, looking at the engine compartment, everything looks pretty neat. You can see there's plenty of space to work, and I can tell you there's enough space here to put a 2 litre or 2.5 litre engine. Yeah, there's plenty of space because they made the car big. And this is a 1.6 MPI engine, which means it's a 4-cylinder, yeah, and it's double overhead cam. You can see from here, aluminum head. I think the block is also aluminum, so these are one of the modern engines. And okay, here you see the engine mountings are cast iron or steel, I don't know, but they are cast, so they are a bit heavier. And the battery is on this side with the gearbox on this side, so it's a 6-speed automatic gearbox. Okay, it's not a CVT, and you can see here there's plenty of room for maneuvering in the engine compartment. And if you look at the orientation of the engine, it is mounted just in front of the front wheels, so balance should be quite good. This front part is just to carry a very little weight, which is basically the aircon condenser and also the radiator. Okay, so about the engine, you can see this is how modern engines are built. You can see that the intake is plastic, so it's pretty good. And the intake level is, okay, it is here. This is the intake where the air cleaner is, and down there you can see where the intake pipe is, and it is just, if you looked at it, it will be just around here. So this vehicle is okay if you need to travel about half the tire submerged in water for flash floods. Okay, for those people who live in flash floods, well, a SUV is always higher than a car. And of course, this bonnet, there's still room for improvement. It's made of normal steel and a bit heavy, but there will come a time when people will start using aluminum bonnets, and then cars will become even lighter. All right, but so far it looks pretty good, and the painting is also done. It looks like full painting on the interior too. All right, so much for the engine. Okay, here's looking at the car. First, we check the doors. Okay, this door opens up about 78 or 80 degrees, so I would say it opens quite wide, and so that makes for easy entry and exit. Wow, this one is even higher. So the doors open about the same degrees, so getting in and out of this SUV should be no issue. Okay, let's go to the front and we look at the front. So okay, what I hear is there are 6 airbags. We will look for them, I think, maybe not. And the interior looks pretty nice. Just starting from the bottom here, you have aluminum pedals, looks pretty nice. And of course, along the side you have your electrical controls for your mirror and your door lock and your 4 doors and your window lock and an extra manual door lock and a tweeter. So then on this side you get to see the start stop button, which is good. You see also a flat bottom steering wheel with controls. Yeah, I must say that Kia have appointed the car pretty well. And in terms of the seat, you see electrical control for fore and aft, and also the rake. And I think height, yes, height is also adjustable. So you have many way adjustments, up, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So 6-way adjustment. 4 aft is 2, up down is 4, back 5, 6, and okay, so that looks like 6-way, could be more, I don't know. But okay, the fuel lid is through a remote down here, and so we get into the car and we see. Okay, I'm going to start the engine. I'm going to start the engine through the start stop button, and I have started the engine. Yeah, we can't run for very well. Okay, low fuel level. Yeah, okay, so that's good. Range 13 kilometers. They have a meter there, and aircon on. Yeah, there's aircon on. Volume, we turn the volume down, so you can see here there is a display there for your driving information. Most important is the rev counter and the speedometer and the fuel gauge down there. Okay, so you also have a nice little screen here. I don't know the dimensions, I heard it's a few inches wide. And you get electronic control for the aircon, but for the EX you get manual. Then you have drive, traction control. Oh, okay, it's got drive and traction, and it's also got of course the normal complement, yeah, your stability control, your traction control, and your ABS, EBD, EBA, and it also has hill start assist. Okay, one thing extra about this is you have this is a parking sensor, and these are ventilated seats, so you can actually blow air through the seats to cool your behind. So left and right controls, and this is a 6-speed gearbox. And does it have pedal shifters? Sorry guys, no pedal shifters. But does it have manual? Drive and where is the plus minus? There is a plus minus. Oh yes, you push to the right. Okay, you push to the right, then you have your plus minus. Yeah. Okay, so back to P, and okay, looking at the inside, you get hard plastic and soft touch here, hard here, soft touch here, and hard plastic here. I'm okay with this because in time, having a solid top section is good because it will stand weathering better. Now in terms of the seat, they have this nice surround here decoration, and down here you get soft, and this is soft, this is hard, this is hard. So this part is hard, yeah, hard. This is plastic, this is soft, this is soft, and this is hard, and this is hard. So you get a combination of all that. And seats are leatherette, which means they are artificial leather. Okay, so so this drive button and traction button, I think is just to give you more traction or just normal drive, yeah. And then you have USB at the bottom, USB, and of course your power, 12 volt power, and your other connectivity. Alright, I'm going to switch off the engine because we are in the enclosed space. And here you see they have, yeah, these are your traction control off, and your HUD. Yes, there is a head-up display, and of course also your headlight leveler there. And so this is a closer look at the seats. They are contoured well enough, okay, and there are airbags here. So that means 2 airbags in the front, 2 airbags here, and 2 side curtains up there. So that makes it 6 airbags. And of course the seats for the GT line are different, and the headrest is adjustable, and also you can see the seat belt anchors are also adjustable. Okay, moving to the back, the trim is extended to the back and looks pretty neat. And you have also, oh, it's a 3-zone aircon control. So you have a vent at the back. There's no controls, but there's also a USB port here. And so the back passenger gets a bit of cool air, courtesy of the front. Not too bad. And yeah, Kia people did okay. There are only 3 oh my god handles, and so the passengers don't get left out. And here is that little port I talked about, the extra little quarter glass that allows you to look out and make you feel like you're not so cramped inside. Yeah, so that is the, and at the rear seat, what is the clearance like? Okay, I sat in the seat up front. That's a normal default position, and I still have about 5 inches of space. So basically you can sit 4 people very comfortably, and up to 5'11", 6 feet, you can still sit at the back. And what they've done with the center is, the center is not so accentuated from the side, so you can actually sit in the center as a third person. And of course you also get the little headrest, sorry, the center armrest, and there are 3 headrests. So this is a 5-seater, so you can see there's plenty of room, not to worry with this car. Now going to the back. Okay, the back opens normally with a little knob there, a little push button pad, and the back here you can see that it will split into 2, and there's a tonneau cover and gas struts for the support, and of course there's a little place for you to hang your tapao. And on this side there is a light, so I would say this is pretty well appointed. There is a little cover here, and this is a full-sized spare tire made of, okay, it's made of steel. It's a steel rim, and these are your tools. Not bad. Okay, so they have a little 2 little pads here, very thoughtful. That is to insulate and keep this thing on the level. Okay, to close and open is mechanical, and I would expect it to be mechanical. And exhaust pipe, oh, the actual exhaust pipe is at the bottom, but they have these 2 little things, that vents that look like the exhaust pipe, but it's actually at the bottom. Alright then, so this is it for the Kia Seltos GT line. Okay guys, here's a quick look at the EX. This is a more Spartan version of the vehicle, and you can see the front grille is different, and then there are no positioning lights here. These are the LED daytime running lights, and this is the headlight. So the headlight is actually halogen, whereas the GT line has got higher spec. So the wheels are also different. Okay, the wheels are different, and they didn't paint the brakes. Yeah, so and also they don't have the red color GT line and all the other trimmings. So basically it is almost the same except for these few items. And of course I was also told that on the inside the aircon controls are mechanical, and whereas on the other one it is electronic. And let's see the seats. Yeah, the seats will be mechanical. So this is the usual kind of stuff that they have, like the differences between the normal lower price variant versus the more expensive variant. So even these are also is some kind of leatherette, but slightly different design. They don't have the GT line on it, and okay, they get the same steering, but some of the controls, the screen is slightly different. Yeah, so I won't go into details. We want to give you some chance to go to the showroom and have a look at the cars when they are really launched. Okay, so guys, so please stand by for our pricing when it's announced, and when this video comes out you will see the 2 prices. Alright then, thank you very much for watching YS Khong Driving, and don't forget to subscribe and share. Bye bye.